की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र धर्म की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। So thank you all for coming today at the Gauranga Center, and we want to speak on a very important topic which is related to Diwali, and that is the wonderful pastime of Krishna being tied by his mother, Mother Yashoda. Krishna is no stranger to everyone, and neither is his mother, Mother Yashoda. And we have heard of so many wonderful stories of how Mother Yashoda's love for Krishna is uncomparable. Her love for Krishna is such that she's always in the mood of serving her son. She never thinks that Krishna belongs to her, but she always thinks that she should somehow or another serve Krishna. This is a very important distinction between Mother Yashoda and all the mothers of the world. Because most mothers of the world in this material world, like all living entities, we love our children, we love our family, but if we are not careful, we will think that they belong to us. And when we think that they belong to us, then we start thinking that they are property of ours. And instead of serving them, we try to control them. The difference between the spiritual and the material world is just that. In the material world, everyone is trying to control someone else. And in trying to control, we think that we have power. But in the spiritual world, it is opposite. In the spiritual world, Mother Yashoda was not trying to control Krishna, because Krishna cannot be controlled. Krishna is known as Swarat. He is completely independent. Krishna is free to do whatever he wants. Because even though Krishna appeared in the world, in Vrindavan Dham, as a little boy, all the Shastras tell us that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is a very important point for us to know. Brahmaji in Brahma Samhita says that Krishna is Ishwaraha, Parama Krishnaha, Sachit Ananda Vigraha. So Krishna is known as the original person, Anadir Adir Govinda. He is the origin of everything, and he is Govinda. Govinda means one who gives shelter, one who gives the soothing shelter to the senses. And our senses in this material world are always troubled. But when we take shelter of Govindaji, in his form, Krishna in his form as Govindaji, then our senses become peaceful. This is the greatness of Govinda. Therefore, Anadir Adir Govinda. And then the last line is Sarva Karana Karanam. In other words, we may have so many causes for something. Supposing you came late today to the center. People ask you why you're late. Oh, the Grab driver came late. Or you will blame the traffic. So that is one cause. What is the Karanam? The Karanam is this, the Karanam is that. But Krishna is Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. Behind everything that is moving in this world, Krishna is in charge. So actually nothing can move without Krishna's sanction. That's the important thing we should remember. So the difference in the material world is that we try to control people. But if we do it out of love, like Mother Yashoda did, then her mood was not to tell Krishna what to do, but her mood was to serve Krishna. She wanted the best for Krishna. And therefore she felt if she could somehow or another provide him with the best, that would be the best. That was Mother Yashoda's mood. The other factor that distinguishes Mother Yashoda from this material world and the love in this material world is that sometimes when we try to do something for a loved one, we always expect that they should do something back for us. That's how we generally think, Sometimes as parents, we take care of children and we hope that when they grow up, they will take care of us. Or if we have husbands and wives, we hope that if we serve them, they will one day take care of us. We think that if we have someone in the house, they should do something for us. There's always this expectation, because the expectation is coming from a motive. We always have, there's a motive. I'm helping you, but one day I hope to get something from you also. That is the nature of this world. This world is considered to be a world where most of our relationships are transactionary. We do something to get something. We do something to get something. But in the spiritual world, the difference is very, very stark. The difference in the spiritual world is that devotees like Yashoda Maya, they are not serving Krishna because they want something from Krishna. They are serving Krishna because the joy they get in serving him is itself the goal of their existence. You see the point? That itself is the satisfaction that they have. If something comes from Krishna, it's a bonus. If something doesn't come from Krishna, it's all right. Because Krishna is free to do with me as he pleases. My love for Krishna is not premised on a condition. My love for Krishna is not premised on an objective. If we can develop this love for God, then we will find true peace. In Bhagavatam it is stated, Yayatma suprasidati. Suprasidati means very satisfied. Yayatma means our atmas. Our souls will become truly satisfied when we learn to transact, not in a material way, but when we learn to take care of each other in a spiritual way. This is how devotees also can serve each other. This is how even families in this world can learn to serve each other. When we try to take care of our children, always remember that we are not doing that because we want our children one day to take care of us. It may or may not happen, but ultimately, Krishna takes care of us. Krishna is the source of our maintenance. Whether we are old, whether we are young, it is up to Krishna if anything happens to us. It's not up to our children. So we should remember that very carefully. Then when we serve our children, we will serve them in trying to do what is good for them. They may listen, they may not listen, but we must try. We must always try. But the outcome is not in our hands. Outcome is we can only pray to Krishna that they will hear what is good for us or what is good for them. So Mother Yashoda, with this mood, Mother Yashoda woke up on the morning of Diwali and she decided, let me serve Krishna. You see the mood? She decided, let me serve Krishna. She woke up in the morning and she saw everybody was busy because it was Diwali morning. She changed, she bathed, she dressed herself up very nicely, and then instead of just sitting down and waiting for everyone to do the work, she decided, let me serve Krishna. When you want to show someone you love them, you do something for them, isn't it? That's very important. So Mother Yashoda decided, let me do something for Krishna. And so she thought Krishna likes butter. In fact, he likes it so much he's stealing butter all the time. That's why he's known as Makanchor. So Krishna was stealing butter not from his house. That's bad enough. But he was stealing from other people's houses. And that worried Mother Yashoda. And she thought, maybe what I should do today on Diwali day, just to make sure Krishna doesn't go to somebody else's house, let me make him the best butter. Let me make him the best yogurt preparations. Let me make him the best milk preparations. And so she started churning. Now, churning is a laborious task. But Bhagavatam tells us as she was churning, she was very pleased. Because she was remembering all the childhood pastimes of Krishna. And in that way, even though her body was fatigued, her mind was very fresh. Have you been in situations where you're very tired, but because your mind is concentrating on Krishna, your heart is with Krishna, somehow you can push your body. You don't feel it. This is what Mother Yashoda was doing. In Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that a devotee who works in this mood, who's always engaging his mind, his body, his senses, such a devotee is loved by all, is friendly to all, and the sinful reactions never touch such a devotee. Yoga yukto vishuddhatma, vijitatma jitendriya, sarva bhutatma bhutatma, kurvan api na lipyate. This is what Bhagavad Gita tells us. And this is the mood of Mother Yashoda. She was a pure soul, engaged purely in the devotion of Krishna. Her mood was tasmat ekena manasa. In other words, there was nothing in her heart when she was doing the service except to please Krishna. If we can do that every day, even at any point of time, if our time with Krishna is spent in this way, we will become very peaceful and our lives will become very sublime. So she thought of the childhood pastimes of Krishna. She composed songs for the glorification of Krishna. And in that way, she just kept churning. So much of endeavor, but she didn't feel it. And finally, Krishna, who was sleeping in the next room, came out. And when he came out, he came to his mother and he stopped her from churning butter. and he indicated to her that he wanted to be fed. So Mother Yashoda stopped churning the butter because that was not the goal of her life. Sometimes we get so caught up in doing an activity, we forget the activity is to please Krishna. And we get very caught up in the activity. You know, sometimes we want to decorate the altar. We want it to be perfect. But we want it to be perfect so that everyone knows what a perfect job we've done. But we don't want to be perfect because it will please Krishna. We want to come down from the altar so that everyone will say, Prabhu, Mataji, what a great decoration. That's what we want to hear. So we've missed the point if that is the case. If we want to do something for Krishna, offer it to Krishna and make sure the goal and object is Krishna. So when Mother Yashoda was told by Krishna, not told, stopped by Krishna to churn butter, churning butter was not the goal of life. Pleasing Krishna with churning butter was the goal of life. She stopped it. And Krishna wanted milk and she put him on a lap and she started feeding him. And as she fed him, she became happy and Krishna became happy. But then she had also put a pot of milk on the stove. And that pot of milk was threatening to boil over. Now Mother Yashoda was thinking, what should I do? Should I put Krishna down and get the milk, or should I get the milk and I should just, or should I not, should I just leave the milk and just settle with Krishna? But she thought the milk is meant for Krishna. So I should do something about it. And so she said to herself, let me put Krishna down for a little while and I'll run and save the milk. She saved the milk, but when she came back, she found that Krishna was not there. Why? Because Krishna had become angry with her. I was hungry and mother put me down and I'm not happy with her. So he took a stone and he broke the pot that she was churning butter and all the butter came out. And Krishna fulfilled the fact that he was a thief because he started stealing butter and eating butter. But Shastras tell us that even though Krishna was stealing butter, even though he's considered a thief, nobody in Vrindavan ever, reported him to the police, put him in trouble. Nobody saw that way. In this material world, if any of us were to be found to be a thief, we will not be glorified. Nobody will say, oh, look at this great thief, stealing handbags and stealing mridangas and stealing harmoniums. What a nice devotee he is. They won't say that. They will avoid you. You know why? Because we are stealing something that doesn't belong to us. In spiritual world, Krishna was not stealing anything actually, because everything belongs to him. What is there for him to steal? The only thing Krishna was stealing when he stole butter and milk and everything else was he was stealing the hearts of the devotees. He was not stealing anything else. And the devotees were very pleased because they were ready to give their hearts to Krishna. So there was no problems for that. That is why whatever Krishna has done which appears to be criminal in this world is glorified in the spiritual world because everything belongs to him. There's nothing he needs to take from anyone. Everyone has to give something to Krishna. What was Mother Yashoda giving to Krishna? Think about it. She was giving him her time. She was giving him her energy. She was giving him all her senses and her concentration. And that's all Krishna wants. She was giving him her heart. And that's why when Mother Yashoda came back, she saw Krishna was not there. Because Krishna had stolen the butter. But the butter belonged to him. And he thought, now if I stay on, I'm going to be in trouble because Mother Yashoda will come out and she'll be unhappy with me. So what did he do? He ran away. Just like a little boy, he ran away. And he ran deep into the house, into the storage room of the house. Nanda Maharaj's house, Yashoda Mata's house was very big. And they had a whole store where they kept all these milk preparations. They kept it very high up, like this kind of ceilings. So high you need a ladder to go up. Why? Because Krishna is very small. And because you see Krishna here, he's very small. Right? He's not very tall. So they knew that Krishna wouldn't be able to reach it. And they thought that way everything would be safe. But is anything in this world unreachable by the Lord? Is anything in this world unattainable by the Lord? Everything is attainable by Krishna. So when Mother Yashoda came inside, look at this painting. She came in with a stick. That day she decided enough is enough. Diwali day and this boy is giving too much trouble. He's going to grow up to be a professional thief. And I will be very sad because I am his mother. So let me discipline him. And she took the stick and Mother Yashoda walked in. As she walked in, she saw an amazing sight. She saw Krishna had turned this mortar up and he was standing on the mortar. Can you see his feet? He was tiptoeing. and he was just able to reach the pots of butter. In this painting, he's putting his hand in. In Bhagavatam, he takes a stick and he breaks it. As he breaks it and puts his hand in, all the butter starts flowing. The butter preparations, the yogurt preparations, and Krishna is not a stingy person. He's very broad-hearted. He was feeding his best friends, the monkeys. Look at the monkeys. He was feeding them so much of butter, and they were feeding him butter. And like sadhus, they were taking association of each other. Mother Yashoda thought, what a feast. And she was looking at them like it was an act of mischief. But she did not understand that these vanaras, these monkeys, were the monkeys who served the Lord as Lord Ram in Ramayana. And that time, Lord Ram was so happy with how they had served that he asked them for any benediction. You just tell me whatever you want and I will give it to you. If you want anything material, I will give it to you because you deserve it. But a devotee of the Lord never asks anything material. A devotee of the Lord will only ask for bhakti. Just give me the opportunity to serve you and to serve you in devotional service. That is the mood of devotee. So the Vanaras said, Lord Ram, when you come back, let us come back to serve you. That's all we want. We don't want anything else. Everything else we have tasted in this material world. It has brought us nothing because we are back here again. It hasn't meant anything. We have had so many husbands, wives, children, properties. So many lives we've had them. No one recalls what they are. We only recall this life. We can't remember those things, but they must have been very precious to us at that time. And yet no memory of it is there. So what is the point of this material life? What is the point of these material acquisitions? And therefore the Vanaras said, let us have a chance to serve you. And so they came back as the monkeys in Vrindavan by Krishna's grace and by his mercy. So Krishna's mercy can be gotten very easily if one has a great, deep greed, desire. In Bhagavatam and Sanskrit, it is known as laulyam. Laulyam means to be greedy. The more greedy we are for Krishna, the more Krishna will reciprocate. He will reciprocate. And that's why the monkeys came and Krishna reciprocated. Now the moment the monkeys were eating, they turned and they saw Mother Yashoda. And the moment they saw her, they decided whether we are serving Krishna or not, prasadam time is over. Now we have to leave. And they left very quickly, leaving only Krishna on the mota. When Krishna turned around and saw his mother, who is the object of his love, Krishna was very happy. But when he saw the stick, he was not so happy. And he decided, instead of running towards my mother, I think I will run away from her now. And so Krishna started running away from his mother. Bhagavatam says this is an amazing thing, because it is very difficult for anyone to make Krishna fearful. Krishna is so powerful in this world that the devatas are fearful of Krishna. Krishna is so powerful that the demons are fearful. Do you remember Kamsa? How fearful Kamsa was of the 8th child of Devaki. He couldn't stop thinking of the 8th child of Devaki, not out of love, but out of fear. Hiranyakashipu thought he was so powerful, but the moment Nrsimhadev came out and stood there in front of him out of the pillar, actually Bhagavatam tells us Hiranyakashipu's heart skipped a beat. When Krishna blew his conch shell together with Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, do you know it broke the hearts of the Kauravas and it shattered the esteem of all the Kaurava soldiers. Why? Because of fear of the great and mighty Krishna. Yet this same great and mighty Krishna was being chased and he was fearful of his mother. And Mother Yashoda thought it's not a difficult thing. It's very easy to catch Krishna. Krishna is somewhere in between both of their sizes. That's all, very small. So not difficult. I'm sure Mataji, you can catch them, isn't it? Noah, you can, right? Okay. You can catch them. So it's not difficult to catch Krishna. So Mother Yashoda just reached Krishna and Krishna would be half a feet away. She would try again and he would be 1 feet away. And Mother Yashoda started thinking, why is it so difficult to catch Krishna? He's just a little boy. In her heart, he was a little boy. But to everyone, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nobody can catch him. But Mother Yashoda had one weapon in which to conquer the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is known as the weapon of service. It is known as the weapon of surrender. And Mother Yashoda surrendered to Krishna. She said, Krishna, I can't catch you. Can you just stop so I can catch you? I don't know whether you do that to your children. Stop, stop, I can't catch you. No child in their right mind will ever stop.
They will keep running. But that's because they don't care whether you surrender to them or they surrender to you. But when Krishna heard his pure devotee surrendering to him, Krishna's heart melted. And he said, let me be caught by Mother Yashoda. It's okay, not a problem. And when he was caught by Mother Yashoda, he exhibited a great transcendental quality which was never seen before. In all the Leelas that you have seen Krishna, you will never see him exhibit this one quality except in this Leela. He exhibited bhaya, fear. The Supreme Personality of Godhead exhibited fear. That's why Kunti Mata in 1.831 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Kunti, she's remembering the scene of Yashoda and Damodara. Gopya dade tvai kritaga sidama tavad yate dashashru kalilanjana sambramaksham vaktram niniya bhaya bhavanaya stitasya samam vimohayati bhir apiyad bibheti. This shloka is so nice because Kunti Mata is remembering the scene and she's saying, how is it that Mother Yashoda could actually conquer little Krishna? And how is it that Krishna, whom even fear personified is fearful of, could become fearful of Krishna, of Mother Yashoda? This sight is bewildering to me. Vimohayati bir, it's bewildering. I cannot understand this. This shows you the greatness of Krishna and the equal greatness of Mother Yashoda. And so Krishna became very scared of Mother Yashoda. And Mother Yashoda thought, oh no, this is very bad. I didn't realize that he would become so sad. Because Bhagavatam tells us that Krishna had so much kajal, but because he was crying, all that ointment was just washing down his face. And because it was washing down his face, he was crying, he was rubbing his eyes. And as he rubbed his eyes, more of the ointment went everywhere. Krishna was very nicely decorated by Mother Yashoda with so much jewel. And as he was shaking in fear and crying, all the jewels also shook. And Mother Yashoda felt very bad. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna admitted to Mother Yashoda that he is an offender. The Supreme Personality of Godhead never does that. He doesn't need to admit to anything because everything belongs to him anyway. But Mother Yashoda was so glorious a devotee that Bhagavatam tells us Krishna admitted to her that I am actually an offender. It is my mistake, Mother. It is my mistake. This is a very important quality in a devotee. A devotee advances in devotional service when that devotee admits when he or she has made a mistake. This is very important. If you let your pride come in the way of what you have made as a mistake, that will not help you in your devotional service. It will actually drag you down. Sometimes, we have an ego tussle. I know what I said was wrong, but I cannot retract it. That means it is not going to benefit me. The other party will continue, but I will be stuck in pride. But the real way to live in this material world and spiritual world, if you think you have made a mistake or others think you have made a mistake, try to understand the mistake. And after understanding the mistake, apologize. Yes, maybe I've made a mistake here. You can explain why you did it, that's okay. But at least admit that what you did was not entirely right. This is important. Whether it is a child, whether it is a parent, whether it is old, young, in this material world, repentance is the root of humility. The more we repent, the humbler we become. The more humbler we are, the more Krishna becomes attracted to us. This is very important point. Very important point. And Krishna showed us one important example. Even though in this material world, things have changed. In the material world today, it is very difficult for younger people, for example, to defer to older, and older to defer to more older people. We find it difficult because we've lost that culture. But Krishna shows us that culture. He shows that culture that even though he is God, but he's playing the role of a child. So he may actually decide not to apologize or admit that he was an offender. But he did it because of respect for his mother. And that is why Krishna is exalted. And he's leading by example. And so Mother Yashoda decided, I will not hit Krishna, I will not punish Krishna, I'll not use the stick on Krishna. Instead, this is what I'll do. I'll tie Krishna. Okay? So Mother Yashoda decided, Krishna, you are you're very naughty and restless. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tie you. Where? I'm going to tie you to this mota. That's what I'm going to do. I see only 2 children here. Well, there's a third child behind. I normally ask children whether your parents have tied you. Have you been tied before? You have been tied before. Ah, this is very interesting. I'll talk to you after the class, okay? I have a few words with you. Mataji is just sitting there. She put her head down. Okay, fine. Anyway, Mother Yashoda decided, let me tie Krishna. And so she said, Krishna, stand still. Krishna stood still because he was very frightened. And then she took a rope and she tried to bring it in front of him. But she found it was difficult. It was 2 inches short. Then she took more rope and again it was 2 inches short. She tied all the ropes together and it was still 2 inches short. She went to the neighboring gopi's house and said, can you give me some rope? I've run out of rope. They're asking, why you want so much rope? I need to tie Krishna. Krishna is so small. Why do you need so much rope? Mother Yashoda says, I don't know, but I need rope. Then they said, I'll bring the rope, but can I come also? Because they are also very inquisitive. They love Krishna. Anything to do with Krishna, they will come. In material world, we will also come. But we won't come because we love Krishna. We come because there's some gossip happening in our neighbor's house. We have to see it and talk to everybody else. That is the material mood. But in Vrindavan Dham, that is not the case. In Vrindavan Dham, the center of everything is Krishna. And the gopis went to see Krishna. And Mother Yashoda was still trying to tie Krishna. And after a while, she decided, I can't tie Krishna. So for the second time, she surrendered that day. She said, Krishna, I cannot tie you. Please, can you allow me to at least tie you? And when Krishna heard his mother's love, his mother's pure motive, that she just wanted to serve him. In her mind, she thought, this boy is restless. I need to help him. And so Krishna allowed himself to be tied. He who cannot be tied by any yogi and mystic, he who cannot be bound by demons, he who cannot be bound by anything in this material world because he's Ishwaraha Prakate Param, he's beyond these material modes. That same Krishna was tied by Mother Yashoda. Not by ropes, not by ropes, but he was tied by love, by bhakti. And so Mother Yashoda then became very happy and she left, which left Krishna alone. And Krishna decided, I have one more devotee I am bound by. Let me fulfill the words of that devotee. And he started crawling to the end of the garden. As he crawled, the mortar, which was lengthwise, turned and became horizontal, and it rolled with him. He came between 2 very large trees at the back of the garden. He went through the trees and the mortar got stuck. But when Krishna pushed, the trees came down. And in place of the tree were 2 beautiful effulgent beings. They were Manigriva and Nalakuvera. And they were the 2 sons of the presiding deity of wealth, Kuvera. And they told Krishna that their story was a very interesting story. They said that thousands of years ago, we are sons of the Devatas. Instead of using our life in glorification of Krishna, we wasted it in the intoxication of pride and in intoxication also. We were very proud of our janma. We thought we were high-born. We were very proud of our wealth, Aishwarya. We were very proud of our education, Shruta. And we were very good-looking young men. So we were very proud of our Shribir. So that's why it is stated by Kunti Mata, Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shribir. Those who possess these 4 qualifications in material world, normally we will say he's very lucky or she's very lucky. Beautiful or handsome, lots of money, educated, very good family. That's the kind of person we want to get married to. That's the idea in the material world, isn't it? But in the spiritual world, Kunti Mata raises a very important point. She says when you have all these material qualifications, you have one big problem. That problem is Eda Mana Madaha Puman. You become intoxicated by pride. You think you're the best looking person, so you forget Krishna. You think you got plenty of wealth. You think you own that money. You think I've come from a high birth. No one is greater than you. And you think that you are very educated, so you become proud of your intellect. But in all this, you forget Krishna. And those who cannot feelingly remember Krishna, Nai Varhati Abhidhatum Vai, they don't deserve to come to Krishna. And these 2 boys did not deserve Krishna. So one day they were swimming in Mandakini river at the foothills of Mount Kailash. When Narada Muni passed by, they came out drunk and steeped in intoxication. They did not even put on clothes to address a sadhu. Sadhu comes, at least look decent. They didn't do that. And so Narada decided, What is the point of your existence if it is useless? You have not used all your talent for Krishna. Even one you should use, but you have not. What is the point of this sharir if you cannot use it for the Lord? To whom do you think this sharir belongs? Do you think it belongs to your employer, your father, your mother? Do you think it belongs to you? When you die, who does the body belong to? Does it belong to the elements? Does it belong to fire? Does it belong to the earth? Ultimately, the body can only belong to Krishna. And yet you have not used it for Krishna. Therefore, instead of having human bodies, become trees. Because trees don't like to put on clothes. They don't put on clothes anyway. And trees have very low consciousness, and you're intoxicated, so your consciousness is also very low. But Narada said one thing that's very important. I will give you the power of recollection. You will recollect what you have done. And in doing so, you must repent for what you have done. Every day you must repent and know that what you have done is not correct. And I pray to Krishna that one day he will give you face-to-face darshan. Like we are having face-to-face darshan of the Lord, I pray that Krishna will give you face-to-face darshan. Now when Narada Muni said that, Krishna was nowhere in sight. Thousands of years ago. But you know what? A devotee's prayer never goes in vain. Never goes in vain. And so Krishna remembered Narada's prayer. And so after fulfilling the desire of his mother, and her prayer was always to serve Krishna, and he fulfilled that prayer, Krishna now fulfilled the prayer of Narada by delivering these two boys. And you know what he told them? He said, my dear boys, I have nothing to do with you because you never prayed to me. But because Narada prayed for you, now I am bound by Narada to deliver you. This is how we grow in devotional service. Never forget the devotee next to you, behind you, in front of you, next to you. That devotee prays for you, and you get a back door or a front door or a window into Krishna's world. Sometimes on your own you can pray, but all your prayers may be so mixed up with pride, intoxication, that we have no qualification. But if we hold the lotus feet of devotees, their prayer can make all the change in our lives. Never hurt devotees, never criticize devotees, never find fault with devotees. Because if you don't do that and you serve them, even if devotees are very close to you, you know them, always know that they are special because they are devotees. You know, when Brahma was given the potency to create, Brahmaji is a secondary creator. He is not the principal creator. Krishna is the principal creator. Krishna created Brahma by him coming out from the navel. And from the navel came Brahma, out of the navel of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And Brahma started praying, and he prayed to Krishna that he may have the power to actually create. At the end of all his prayers, he says one beautiful prayer. Esha prapanna varadora mayatya satya yad yad karishyati grahita gunavataraha tasmin swavikramamidam srijatopi cheto yunjita karma shamalam chayata vijayam. It is in 3:9-23 of Srimad Bhagavatam. And there Brahma's prayer is just like Yashoda Mata's mood, just like Narada's mood. And that's why I'm quoting it to you here. This is what Brahma says. He says, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is always the benefactor of those who are surrendered. If you really surrender to Krishna, Krishna will be your benefactor. His activities are always powerful, and through his internal potency, Rama, the goddess of fortune, is always serving him. Now Brahma says something important. I pray only to engage in his service in this creation. And I pray that I may not be materially affected by my work, so that I will be able to give up the false prestige of being a creator. You see the mood of Brahma? Brahma was saying, I'm creating now. It's very easy for me to start thinking, I'm very good. I may be playing now harmonium. I may start thinking that, oh, I played very well. It's very dangerous. So his prayer is, Krishna, please let me give up this false prestige that I am creator. And that is the same mood a devotee has. A devotee never thinks that because of me everything is happening. The devotee says Krishna's mercy. And so Narada bound Krishna to deliver the two boys. Mother Yashoda bound Krishna with her love, and the Vanaras bound Krishna with their service. So in this pastime, 3 sets of devotees bind Krishna. The Vanaras from Ram Leela, these 2 boys because of Narada's mercy, and Mother Yashoda because of her devotion. This is what we should take from today's Leela. And if we can live by this principle, we will all be very, very peaceful and happy in our devotional service. Thank you very much, Prabhus and Matajis, for your time. It's so nice that you all came together, and that's why I think Advaita Prabhu, I must really thank you, because you work so hard to get everyone to come down. I think all of you know him and his family, and that's why on the strength of your relationship and your friendship, you are here. This is how we should conduct our lives. Create friendship with devotees. And don't make that friendship material, please. Make it spiritual. Always put Krishna in the center, and everybody will become very happy. Are there any questions? Are there any comments? Shall we now light the lamps, and shall we sing Damodara Ashtakam? I think Damodara Ashtakam is up there. Yes, perfect. So let us then sing. And as we sing, we should please remember the beautiful pastime of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna. Not with the ropes, but with her devotion, with her humility, with her surrender. That is the mood of a devotee. I think all of you know how to come forward. When you come forward, there will be achaman. Little bit of water will be given to you. Just lightly purify your hands. Don't drink it, right? And then after that, take the lamp and please offer it to the beautiful form of Yashoda Mata and Damodara. Remember the pastime. And please, if you have a prayer, let your prayer be that Krishna, somehow or another, give me an opportunity to serve you and serve the devotees. If you have that mood, Krishna will fulfill it. He will. Are we ready? Advaita Prabhu, shall I start? Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Go Kule Rajamahaya Ishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Go Kule Rajamahaya Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Go Kule Rajamahaya Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Go Kule Rajamahaya Yashoda Biyolu Kaladhavamahanam Param Rishtahamadyan Tato Drutya Gopya Yashoda Biyolu Kaladhavamahanam Param Rishtahamadyan Tato Drutya Gopya Rudantam Munetra Yugmam Rijantam Karamboja Yugme Nasatakanetram Dantam Munetra Yugmam Rijantam Karamboja Yugme Nasatakanetram Muhu Swasakampa Trirekha Kakanta Stitha Graivam Damo Daram Bhakti Bhadam Muhu Swasakampa सग्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिभावम् इति दृक्स्वलीलाभिः आनन्दकुन्दे स्वघोषं निमज्जन् तमख्यापयन्तम् हरि हरि इति दृक्स्वलीलाभिः आनन्दकुन्दे स्वघोषं निमज्जन् तमख्यापयन्तम् तदीयेषितानेषु भक्तैर्जितार्थम् पुनः प्रेमहतस्तं सता वृत्तिवन्दे येषितानेषु भक्तैर्जितार्थम् पुनः प्रेमहतस्तं सता वृत्तिवन्दे परं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षवदिं न चान्यं वृणेऽहं परेशानपीह परं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षवदिं न चान्यं वृणेऽहं परेशानपीह इदं देव पूर्णाथ गोपालबालम् सदा मे मनस्य विरस्तं ते मन्ये देव पूर्णाथ गोपालबालम् सदा मे मनस्य विरस्तं ते मन्ये इदं ते मुखाम्बोजम् अत्यन्तनीलै वृतं कुन्तलैस्निग्धरत्नैश्च गोप्यम् इदं ते मुखाम्बोजम् अत्यन्तनीलै वृतं कुन्तलैस्निग्धरत्नैश्च गोप्यम् मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बारथादरं मे मनस्याविरास्ताम् अलं लक्षलाभे मुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बारथादरं मे मनस्याविरास्ताम् अलं लक्षलाभे नमो देवः दामोदर अनन्तविष्णु प्रसीद प्रबोधो गजलाब्धिमग्नम् नमो देवः दामोदर अनन्तविष्णु प्रसीद प्रबोधो गजलाब्धिमग्नम् कृपा दृष्टिवृष्याति दिनं बतानु ग्रहानेश मामन्यमेनाक्षि दृश्यया वा दृष्टिवृष्याति दिनं बतानु ग्रहानेश मामन्यमेनाक्षि दृश्यया मुत्यैव त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभजौ कृतौ च वेदात्मजौ बद्धः मुत्यैव त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकं मे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मे स्थितमोदरे ता प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकं मे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मे स्थितमोदरे नमस्तेऽस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदराय विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमस्तेऽस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदराय विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकाय त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो नन्दलीला देवाय तुभ्यं नमो राधिकाय प्रियाय नमो नन्दलीला देवाय नमो राधिकाय त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो नन्दलीला देवाय त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो नन्दलीला देवाय तुभ्यं हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे हरि बोल हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे हरि बोल हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि बोल हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Jaya Yashoda Damodara, Yashoda Damodara, Yashoda Damodara, Yashoda Damodara, Yashoda Damodara, Yashoda Damodara, Yashoda. Jaya Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara, Shri Radhe. Jai Radha Damodara Ji ki. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Srimati Radharani ki. Jaya Vrindavana Dham, Vrindavana Dham, Vrindavana Dham, Jaya Vrindavana Dham. Jai Vrindavan Bhumi Dham ki. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jai Giri Govardhan ki. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jai Shri Shri Damodara Ashtakam ki, Jai Shri Yashoda Damodar Ji ki, Jai Vrindavan Bhumi Dham ki, Jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki, Jai Shri Shri Radha Damodar Ji ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Gurudev ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande. Ananta Kori Vaishnavrinda ki. All glories to Advaita Prabhu. Achintya Janavi Mataji, where are you?